Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the general principles of arthropod control. According to general principles of arthropod control, first we'll have to learn about environmental control. This is the best approach and the result for environmental control is permanent. This is through elimination of breeding places, source reduction, filling and drainage operations, and also it is based on planned water management. Then second, we have chemical control. In the chemical control, this chemical control is no longer used because resistance is recorded in 100 arthropods. So this chemical control is not used. But in the previously we used to use some methoxychlor, abate or dustbin, which are biodegradable and less toxic. And there are other insecticides like mosquito larvicidal oil, Paris green, pyrethrum. The chemicals which are less harmful were also being prepared. Then we have biological control. Biological control will minimize the environmental pollutions. Example, larvivorous fishes like Gambusia affinis, Lebister reticulates, Paucilia reticulata. Others like fungi like Coelomyces, bacteria like Bacillus thuringiensis, H14 bacillus, and predator mosquito which is Toxorhynchitis splendens. So all these are included in biological control. Then in genetic control, these include sterile male technique, cytoplasmic incapability, and chromosomal translocation are involved in genetic control. The newer methods include insect growth regulator, chemosterilants, and pheromones, that is sex attractants, are the newer methods for arthropod vector control. So in the arthropod vector control, first we will learn about the mosquito control measures. Mosquito control measures can be anti-larval and anti-adult measures. Anti-larval measures are mainly of three types. One, we have environmental measure where we do source reduction. These include, we will first remove the water collections by filling and draining of clean water collections for Anopheles mosquito, abolish polluted water collection for Culex mosquito. We will remove all the artificial collections of water, especially for Aedes mosquito, and we will remove the aquatic plants for Mansonia mosquito. Then we have chemical controls of anti-larval measures, and then we have biological control where we use small fishes like Gambusia affinis, Paucilia reticulata, and Lobister reticulatis. So if you see the chemical control, anti-larval measures are of three types. Mineral oil, where we can use mineral oil once per week, 40 to 90 liters per hectare, and here we make water unfit for human consumption, and this mineral oil will also kill fishes. Then in chemical control, it includes Paris green, Here 2% of dust is applied in 1 kg per hectare, that is stomach poison. This is also applied to larva. This Paris green is harmless to humans, animals and fish. Then we have synthetic insecticides which will kill larvae, like abate is the most effective larvicide and it is least toxic. At a dose of 1 parts per million, it has least toxic. And the other insecticides like malathion, fenthion and chlorpyrifos. Then we have anti-adult measures are also seen. Anti-adult measures are of 3 types mainly. We have residual sprays. Residual sprays can kill the mosquitoes. So we can use DDT in the dose of 1 to 2 gram per meter square for 6 to 12 months. BHC is given 0.5 gram per meter square for 3 months. Malathion is given for the dosage of 2 gram per meter square for 3 months. Then space sprays. Space sprays are 2 types. These include pyrethrum extract, which is a nerve poison. The active principle of pyrethrum extract is pyrethrin and it has no residual action and it is short-lived effect. Then we have residual insecticide. The residual insecticides are malathion, phenitrathion for ultra low volume fogging. Phenitrathion for ultra low volume fogging. Then the third anti-adult measures are genetic control, which is a sterile male technique. This includes cytoplasmic instability. We can do sex distortion and gene replacement can be done in genetic control of anti-adult measures. Then the personal protection measures. In personal protection measures, we can use mosquito nets, repellents and pyrethrum. In this we can use first mosquito nets, repellents and pyrethrum are used. First, mosquito nets. The number of holes in mosquito net, the number of holes per square inch is 150. Size of each hole diameter is less than 0.00475 inch. Screening is done where size is 16 meshes to inch and the aperture size is less than 0.00475 inch. Then the second protective measure is we have repellents. So we have repellents. Repellents include diethyl toluamide or ethyl hexanedione. The other repellents include alethrin. It is alethrin, icaridin, neptolactone, citronella oil and permethrin, soybean oil and neem oil. Okay, all these are the repellents. Then we have pyrethrum. Pyrethrum is a space spray used for killing the adult mosquitoes. This pyrethrum is a contact poison. It is known for its effect on paralysis, causing paralysis. Pyrethrum is known for its effect causing paralysis. Then this pyrethrum is an insecticide which is plant origin and it is obtained from the flowers of chrysanthemum. That is the reason why it is an insecticide of plant origin. And we have 5 active principles in pyrethrum, which include pyrethrin 1, pyrethrin 2, cynarin 1 and cynarin 2, and jasmolin 2. No residual effect is seen, short-lived effect. The synthetic pyrethroids include permethrin, alethrin, furethrin and cyclethrin. Then this pyrethrum is used as a companion plant to repel back insects from the nearby crops. Next, Bacillus thuringiensis, that is H14. Bacillus thuringiensis, it has spores and crystalline intestinal proteins are produced by Bacillus thuringiensis, which acts as specific insecticides. So these Bacillus thuringiensis is environmental friendly because these proteins which are produced are harmless to the environment. Bacillus thuringiensis Serovar israelensis is the most widely used against larvae. Because this Bacillus thuringiensis has Bt toxin. It is nothing but the crystalline intestinal protein produced by it. It has no or little effect on humans, wildlife and pollinators, and that is the reason why it is called as environmental friendly. Then next is insecticide treated bed nets. Insecticide treated bed nets, the chemical in insecticide treated bed nets is synthetic pyrethroids. Then deltamethrin is 2.5% in 25 mg per meter square. Cefluthrin is 5% in 50 mg per meter square. Permethrin, lambda-cyhalothrin, etofenprox, cypermethrin. The effectiveness of pyrethroids is 6 to 12 months. The retreatment occurs every 6 months. Retreatment should be done every 6 months. Then long-lasting insecticidal mosquito nets. These include the use of pyrethroid insecticide and a chemical binder that allows nets to be washed more than or equal to 20 times. This is a chemical binder which allows nets to be washed more than or equal to 20 times. It can be used for more than 3 years. So these are the different personal protection equipment. Along with that, one more important thing is about the insecticides. Insecticides are many different types of insecticides are present. One, we have organophosphorus insecticides like malathion, parathion, fenthion, diazinon, phenathrothion, chlorpyrifos, diaxothion and chlorothion. Then we have organochlorine insecticides. Organochlorine insecticides include DDT, BHC, linden and dieldrin. Then we have Paris green or copper acetoarsenite. This Paris green or copper acetoarsenite is an emerald green or microcrystalline powder. It is an anti-larval measure and this will kill Anopheles larva because it is a surface feeder. If applied as a special granular formulation, it kills the bottom feeding larva. Then this Paris green is a stomach poison. This is the most common used larvicide for mosquito control. We can use 1 kg of Paris green per hectare of water surface. This Paris green does not harm fish, man or animals. Then we have DDT or dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane. This dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane is an organochlorine which is synthesized by Zielder. The properties of DDT are discovered by Paul Muller, who is given the Nobel Prize. The most active form of DDT is para-para isomer, which is 70 to 80% in DDT. Mechanism of action: DDT is a contact poison or nerve poison which inhibits acetylcholinesterase enzyme. This DDT takes several hours to kill. It has no immediate death. It causes no immediate death. The residual action in DDT, the residual action lasts for around 18 months. There is no repellent action. The application of DDT is 100 to 2000 milligram per square foot. The dosage of 100 to 200 milligram per square foot. Technical DDT is 70 to 80% para-para isomer, and it is the most active form, para isomer. Then the sandflies and phlebotomus, for sandflies and phlebotomus we can use DDT as there is no demonstrable resistance. Then the last and final insecticide today is about malathion. This malathion is the least toxic organophosphate which is used as an alternative to DDT. This is used in the dosage of 100 to 200 milligrams per square feet every 3 months. Mechanism of action is it inhibits acetylcholinesterase. So this is about the insecticides. Thank you for watching my lecture. Thank you.